Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to Song Suggestion Friday. I'm joined again by Ryan and Ben. Fellas, would you like to say hello?
Sup?
Hi. Good job. Way to talk into your microphone.
Hi.
As always, this is compiled from your comments that you leave on the Song Suggestion Friday video and then voted on by my patrons over at Patreon. If you would like to be one of those patrons, go ahead and pledge $5 or more a month and you can get access to the poll. Oh yeah, quick tip, if you leave more than one suggestion or if you leave a bunch of comments on the video, I will not pick it, plain and simple. I will most likely delete it actually. So let's begin! Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine. This song is awesome, plain and simple. I love the intro. It's like tries to trick you that it's in a different meter and a different tempo, and then comes back in and it's actually a type of syncopation with a little bit of counterpoint. The actual tempo change in the song is awesome. It gives it a great intensity. This is another example of songs that I love because of dynamic range. The song is simple, which typically I'm not a huge fan of simple, but it's not repetitive and it puts most of its focus on the vocals. So it's more in line with what you'd expect from rap than traditional rock and roll.
Tom Morello is a beast on guitar, so anything not anything, sometimes he gets a little out of hand, but this is a song that really exemplifies his really heavy riff style and just really cool tones. Today it was like the first time I ever noticed like his growl. I think it's right before the chorus. He goes like, "Ugh," is not really like a scream growl. Like I think it's him at like just normal talking level going, "Huh." But then like the guitar and the drums give it so much more power. It feels like he's screaming. So that's pretty cool. The solo is one of my all-time. Actually, this whole set was really good solos. It's one of my favorite solos of all time. Like the tone he uses and the note he ends on inspires every guitar player to use the blues note because he ends on it and it's so well done. It's just all around good band, good song.
Try Not to Hurt Me. Rage Against the Machine is like top 5 least favorite bands ever.
Ooh,
I cannot
wow.
stand them. It's kind of ironic.
Wow.
This is the song you chose because I'm gonna not do what you tell me and I'm not gonna like this song. Sure, they're innovative. Tom Morello has some unique noises and styles. I really enjoy listening to cats screech through the guitar solo. Meow, 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 meow.
It's a Meow Mix song on guitar.
Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, just not really a fan. I'm not that whole everything that sounds like that. Them, the Beastie Boys, that kind of it's almost like a DJ and some rap influence mixed in. I know a lot of things came from it, but I don't really like that.
I would draw a very big distinction between them and the Beastie Boys. Totally.
I think there's a lot of musical backup versus Beastie Boys are not as musically inclined.
Not to mention production value.
Production value is
huge. I mean, that bass guitar takes up the whole fucking space when it's playing in the main riff. Boom, boom, boom. That bass is huge. I mean, it's even like blending into where the guitar would normally be. It's just supposed to be fat as hell.
Definitely a fun song for me to play. I would play it, but I just really don't want to listen to it.
Total grade for this song, 2 plus signs.
Total grade for this song, plus sign.
Total grade for this song is a minus sign. I have actively avoided this song.
Well, I'll let you guys in the comment. You know what to say in the comments. Monkey Wrench by the Foo Fighters. As always, the Foo Fighters come with some great rock riffs. Dave Grohl's voice is pretty much now a staple of rock and roll. This is not my favorite Foo Fighters song, mostly because the chorus just doesn't quite sell it to me the way I would like it to. A lot of his other choruses have a lot more poignant chord progressions, not to mention a lot more impactful melody lines. And I can't take a song called Monkey Wrench seriously when they say Monkey Wrench like 8 times in the song. Other than that though, it is cool. It's a cool Foo Fighters song. It's pretty much like a standard.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. Well, mostly with Mike on that one because I actually really do like that song. It's one of my top Foo Fighters songs, and it's really hard to make David Grohl's vocals sound bad. I like the chorus simply for the fact that like he gets to scream a little bit, and I love David Grohl's like not really a scream, but when he like is screaming to hit those higher notes and stuff. I like that. I like the catchy riff it has coming with the intro. It's the main riff. David Grohl's always got cool rhythms in his songs like developed into like just like the chords strumming. So that's one thing you can always kind of count on for David.
I don't call him David. It's weird for me. This is also one of my favorite Foo Fighters songs. Yeah. Legit, it's up tempo. If you listen to the rest of the album, this is a gem on the album. It was I think their second album. It's not my favorite. It's a lot of noise and yelling and random stuff, and then this song is a lot different than the rest of it. My favorite part of the song, besides just the general feeling, is the whole last verse in one breath and then a scream for like 15 seconds. And I don't know if he still does it live, but he used to. That's impressive. He tried to do that.
Total grade for this song, equal sign.
Total grade for this song, another plus sign.
My total grade for this song is a chicken tender.
Yes. Where did you get
legitimately
that?
just kept that in your pocket?
He did not mention that. Incredible.
This is more than a plus sign. This is a special piece of my heart.
Are you serious right now?
It's
Is this real?
It's still hot.
Where the fuck? No wonder you were late.
There you go. You want a piece?
No.
It's from Hardee's.
Just out of fucking principle, no.
I wrapped them in napkins in my pocket.
Don't care.
Yes, Mike.
Ryan's alright.
Black Magic by Slayer. If you're gonna sit there and fucking eat, at least put your mouth up to the microphone so everyone can hear it. That's what I would love. Thank you. This song is just classic thrash. Ripping wild solos, pounding riffs that have a little bit of repetitiveness to them, massive playing of pedal tones. This type of thing just doesn't quite do it for me anymore. It has that low production value from the 80s that is very similar to like Armored Saint or Metallica would have had back in the day. But yeah, it just seems like a lot of these thrash bands sacrifice a certain amount of musicality for brutality, which I understand that's what they're trying to go for, and that can be cool. But I just kind of moved past that after a while. That's where I grew into guys like Opeth and Dream Theater. They kind of brought some of that musicality back. What is so funny?
My second one.
Second one?
Yeah.
I mean, nice chicken tenders, man.
Continue.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's all I had.
Yeah, I still don't listen to much Slayer, and intentionally, they're not my favorite style. Thrash really isn't my thing. Having said that, I do like metal, so I can bear this music when I listen to it and it doesn't hurt. I was actually in the car with my friend, taking him home, and I was listening to this song. He's like, turn it off now. He likes hip hop, so this was not his thing. I'm like, don't worry, man, it's gonna have a really cool solo. And then it gets to the solo, I was like, ooh, well, like the solo wasn't bad, it was not special.
It was not tasty.
I was hoping it would save the song and bring something, out of it. It didn't.
It's not like a dime bag solo where it's always tasty and awesome.
It's like just a bunch of bends and kind of like diminished. Not really. I don't know if it was diminished, but it was very, off tone kind of sounding, and it worked. It wasn't a bad solo. It just wasn't what I was hoping.
Just doesn't
for.
bring a whole lot of musical value.
You're right. Yeah, and that song needed some musical value because it was very just like straightforward, like very fast. So. It wasn't a bad metal song. It wasn't a special metal song either.
Again, I think I've said this in a previous video. I'm not a real big fan of thrash metal. Just including Metallica and Megadeth. We talked about them. And part of it's the mix. Part of it's just it's too nothing. Just a lot going on and nothing really happening. This song kind of did that for me. There were a couple cool parts. He hits the standard epic 80s scream and it goes way up in the air and is very impressive. The first guitar solo, I kind of wanted to turn the song off, but I didn't. It just sounded like a bunch of tremolo picking on passing tones and wasn't really, my ears were not happy. Second guitar solo.
I'm going to stop you.
Mm-hmm. That's not going anywhere.
I don't trust you.
I'm not.
You probably actually got sauce in your bed because of...
Yeah.
Ooh, my
This leg is a statue. It's not going anywhere. I'm super conscious of...
Really? I thought it was a leg.
It's a leg. Statue leg.
Good job.
I have more chicken in my pocket.
I know you do.
So the whatever effect was on his voice, I didn't really like either. It sounded like it was just echoing all over the place. It kind of threw me off.
It's the same way they did James Hetfield's back in the day, especially like similar to how they did it on Kill 'Em All. It was basically take the vocal a little bit lower than what you normally would, back the mic off from him so that you're getting some of the room, and then slam it with reverb so it sounds big and growly when it's really thin and shitty.
That's pretty much what I gathered. Just
Yeah.
his words, my thoughts. Yeah, overall, yeah.
Total grade for this song, equal sign.
Total grade for this song, lower end equal sign.
Limp equal sign.
Limp.
My total grade for this song will be a minus sign.
It's not, I was gonna say that was a mustache.
Mustache sign.
Metropolis Part 1 by Dream Theater. This is one of the defining songs for prog metal, for the entire genre. This was actually around the time of the birth of the genre. This is one of my favorite intros to any song, and one of my top 5 Dream Theater songs, period. Has one of the most epic bridge ventures you'll gonna find anywhere in music. Production-wise, it has not aged the best because you definitely hear that early 90s, like, everywhere you look, everywhere is so hard, so... Like fucking like the Full House guy produced this album. But for the time, it was actually pretty good production. It definitely wasn't top notch for the time, but it was good for what it was. I can't sing the praises of all the musicians in Dream Theater enough. James LaBrie's voice is either love it or hate it, plain and simple. If you want to understand where it all began, go check out Metropolis Part 1 by Dream Theater.
Let me start by saying I do love Dream Theater. They're incredible musicians, and there's really, I agree with Mike, you can't talk about the musicianship enough there. However, that one consistent thing through a lot of Dream Theater music that I don't like is the synth. The synth just sounds so cheesy, and it sounds like it's from the 90s, but it's so weak sounding, it's so cheesy.
Synth win.
Yeah, I really wish the synth wasn't in there. But back to the song, it's overall an awesome prog song. It really actually didn't catch my attention for the first 4 minutes. I was listening to it like typical Dream Theater. But when about 4.5 minutes in, I guess you could call it the bridge. It's hard to define a part of a Dream Theater song because it's a 10-minute like non-repeating song. But about 4.5 minutes is when it really started catching my attention. They had just like really cool like kind of a chorus sound, I guess. Not effect, like a chorus. It sounded like a chorus, but you can't really call it a chorus. You could. Jeez.
What is it, Ben? What is it?
It's a good song. The solo where they went like into different time signatures was cool. The part where like the
I'm gonna have to be more specific on that. Actually,
there was like a probably 2-minute section where they changed the time, and I was really excited because it was all 4/4. I was like, I can count this song, and then it went into the thing, and I really liked that part the best because it had like the coolest riff, I think, of the song.
It was a bum bum ba da dum ba da.
Yeah. And then the part that falls after that is like some like Lydian solo, like kind of major sounding, but not happy. But it was overall, cool song, cool journey, and standard Dream Theater.
Yeah, definitely what these guys are saying. It's the definition of a sound. You know, that's where it started. What?
It's the definition of a sound.
Of the sound.
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's the definition of... I might not have said that exactly like that. It's a definition of a sound. It's a definition of a sound. Definition of a sound. Definition of a sound. But that's what I meant to say.
Let's just say it's a defining sound.
It's a defining sound.
There we go.
And they already had a sequel in mind for it when they wrote it, which is impressive. Check that out.
No, they had that in mind for it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just kind of a thing that happened.
Part 1, right there in the album. I don't know if it was supposed to be a whole...
It's Dream Theater. They can write whatever the fuck they want in there.
I don't know if the whole album as a sequel is the idea, but it was there. I remember reading it somewhere.
Okay,
Probably Wikipedia, which might not be... Anyway, there are a lot of cool time signatures in the bridge of the song, and particularly what stood out to me the first time I listened to it, before I was into metal, was the bass solo, which is just nuts. Just what just
fucking great
for like 30 straight seconds. If you don't like the synth sound, check out their live performance of the song in their encore of their score DVD, where they have the Octavarium Orchestra behind them playing the synth parts.
That would be much better.
It's
amazing. It's
absolutely
really good.
And this is after 3.5 hours of playing. All in all, there's nothing bad I can say about the song.
Total grade for this song, 3 plus signs.
Total grade for this song, plus sign.
Total grade for this song, big Plus sign. I was gonna say thumbs up. Plus sign.
Time by Pink Floyd. That's another prog standard. An awesome foreboding intro that's trippy as hell. I absolutely love. The first time I listened to this, I was in an altered state of mind and it freaked me out a lot, but in a great way. The rest of the song is just good Pink Floyd rock and roll. They always have infectious chord progressions and melodies. Not to mention how tasty David Gilmour is when he plays that guitar. Holy shit. I don't know how else to describe this song because it's so just quintessential Pink Floyd. Like, if you've heard Pink Floyd, you have an idea of what this sounds like.
I have to disagree. I think this is like the staple of Pink Floyd, and it does sound like Pink Floyd.
That's what a quintessential
but it
is.
stands out. You make it sound like all their songs sound like this, but this was like a legendary band. By the way, let me preface this. This is my favorite song ever made, ever. It is
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
I love Pink Floyd, and this is my favorite Pink Floyd song. And it's a hard cross between like Money and a couple others. Time is like the song, like they're already an amazing group of writers and musicians, and then like they stumbled upon this song, and I think even they knew like, oh, this is gonna be like our hit. This is gonna be our good one. And for good reason. The solo, every guitarist out there should learn how to play this solo. They actually shaped my sound a lot in my songwriting because the simplicity of the song, but the amazingness of the sound is what makes me love Pink Floyd so much. Kind of like the less is more. David Gilmour and Roger Waters both were really good at finding the perfect set of notes to go into a song. Even the lead for the verse and the chorus on this song are like, there's nothing hard about it. There's nothing technical about it. It's just the perfect notes. It's fun to play. It's like using, the whole neck to go around it. It doesn't take over the melody. In fact, if you aren't listening to the guitar, you don't even notice the, awesomeness of this lead. It's a perfect amount. It's just great lead guitar all the way through, and that's what David Gilmour and Roger Waters were both really good at, is just having really tasteful guitar that supports the song and doesn't take over it. And really, I don't know of any songs where they shred even. Like, it's just, they're all very melodic, and that was his thing. Like, yeah, it's just, they're an awesome band.
Yeah, if Rage Against the Machine is my fifth least favorite band, Pink Floyd's probably my fourth. I can't get into them. It's like every song drones on and on and on. And I don't know if it's because I'm a drummer and I don't listen to the guitar that much, but just the song as a whole feels like I'm about to get hurt.
That hurts every time.
If we look less surprised hearing this than we should, it's because this is the second time we had to record this.
Ben's face is still turning red the second time. The camera hated my opinion, apparently.
I still hate your opinion. The camera and I hope all the fans.
You guys know what to comment.
So I part of this could be blamed on the fact that there was a local radio station when I was a kid that played their stuff over and over and over again, and I got tired of hearing it. But I've even tried to listen to their stuff elsewise on my own, and I cannot get into it. I don't like the vocals, I don't like the chord progressions, I don't like the drums, I don't like the tempo, I don't like almost anything about them. Especially this song, Ben.
Total grade for this song, plus sign.
Total grade for this song, the highest plus sign I have given or will ever give.
It's the fucking angelic, heavenly,
adamantium plus sign.
Ethereal fucking plus sign coming down from the heavens.
I've got to give this song a big old minus sign. It's not even worth using my chicken tender to make it.
If you try to turn that song off in my car, I will cut your hand off.
I'm probably not going to not getting in his car.
It's good, because I'll play that song.
Now it's time for our suggestions. This week, my suggestion is Death in the Maiden, the second movement from Schubert. This is one of the most beautiful string quartets I've ever listened to in my life. The second movement is probably my favorite string quartet piece ever. Yes, it is classical music. It's relatively easy to digest compared to a lot of other classical music. Trust me, listen to it. It's friggin' amazing.
I'm learning how to play it on guitar right now.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I was working on it. Well, my friend was learning how to play it on the piano.
But Death in the Maiden?
It's the Schubert classical composition, but it's all on piano.
There's...
I know it's not the same song, but it's the same guy. or same name. I don't know how classical music works, but
What's your suggestion, Ben?
my suggestion is Closer to Home by Consider the Source. I just heard the song this week. It's got the guitar, it's just a 3-piece band, which is cool, and he actually does play both guitar parts live. He has like a loop pedal that he uses, and it's a really cool guitar he has too. It's like a double neck guitar, and they don't have the headstock, so it looks kind of weird. It's got some unsettling notes in like his main riff that he plays throughout the song. It's a 9-minute song, so it is a long song. If you don't like it, I recommend going to at least 4.5 minutes in, because that's where I got to the point where I wanted to suggest it to you guys. Killer solo, really good tone on the guitar. There's a really crazy like slapping bass solo, and overall it's a really good band.
My suggestion to you is Shackled by Vertical Horizon. Typical cheesy 90s music is what they were known for. It's the only song on the album that sounds different. It's got an open drop D tuning, kind of blues feeling. It's an edgier song, a little tone of voice difference, the guitar solos, just everything's a little edgier. And I enjoy that a band that doesn't usually sound like this can make a song that sounds like this so well.
Alright guys, that is it for Song Suggestion Friday. If you would like to suggest some songs for us, let us know in the comments below. I only pull results from the most recent Song Suggestion Friday video, so please do not waste your time and put them in other videos. Just a heads up to you guys, I am not going to be doing Song Suggestion Friday next week. I have other business to attend to over the weekend, so I will be busy all weekend. But if you leave them in the comments of this week's video, I will stab Ryan in the throat.
No! It's mine!
Give me a fucking piece. A fucking piece of chicken tender.
Here's the breading. Oh!
Chicken tender bullshit.
You almost licked my hand.
Licking tender.
So if you do leave a comment in the comment section this week, it will be in the Song Suggestion Friday 2 weeks from now. If you want to vote to choose which songs we review on Song Suggestion Friday, go over to my Patreon, pledge $5 a month, and that will get you access to the poll. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video.
Rock on!